Hello, welcome to Anselm Griffin's occasional series of YouTube tutorials. Today is the 26th of May 2022, and I've taken an example of sentiment analysis using tweets from Heather Gore. So just to say, to give Heather all the IP credit. So just up there, that's the classified sentiment analysis of tweets using that. And the reason why I said the date was the Heineken Cup final is a rugby game between La Rochelle and Leinster, and I just wanted to get the sentiment analysis on Twitter about the game and use Heather's example to do some deep learning. Okay, so the code is available there. There's a number of functions there, so you'll have to download those 3 functions. The examples there, so that's how to access the data. To get it all there, and then in the other example, this is the main body of work. And that's where most of the code is. So I've taken that, I've run it in MATLAB on a machine with a GPU, several parallel processors, and I've published the code as a PDF, so you'll be able to see the PDF in the description as well. Okay, so I just made a little PowerPoint here. So we're classifying the sentiment tweets using deep learning. I've given the IP credit. There's the aim. I'm not going into this in detail because even to run it takes 7 or 8 minutes. There's the objectives. More objectives. Some reminders. You'll have to set up the Twitter API and set up your own consumer key, consumer secret, access token, and access token secret. And how to do that is also available on my YouTube channel. And just some reminder, if you're new to this, you have to download all the functions and be sure that all the functions are in the same directory as the main script. Okay, and also one other thing, Heather's link to the pre-classified tweets, that appears to have been deleted in the last week or two, and fortunately I have it from about a month ago. So I'll be able to include a link to those pre-classified tweets as well in the description. And just to put some there, I left out the comments in the script, so that glove, so we have just to give you some relations between words from statistics. Okay, so that's it. So I'm just going to run through it here. I have it published in MATLAB, and I assume if you're here, you're quite knowledgeable. And the reason why I don't want to run it is that it just takes so long. So first comment here, you have to, as before, you have to set up your Twitter API there, and then you have to save those credentials, and I've loaded them there myself. Now you could put in the consumer key there and the consumer secret, but because I'm online, I couldn't let people see them, so I had to save those in a little map file and then just load my credentials. Okay, so enough of that. So there I am, Heineken Cup. There's my search term, Heineken Cup final 2022, and I just sampled 100. There's I reorganized the tweets into a table. You just have to look this up yourself. It takes a while just even to read the purpose of the functions. Have them as a table. And then I create, just there, make them all lowercase. And there's my word cloud. So obviously the bigger the font, the more central they are, the more they pop up. And then the further out they are, and the smaller the font. the less the count. I actually repeated this twice by accident, so sorry about that. So that's just a repeat of the above. Then I'm going to remove some of these words here. And you can put in your own. I took header suggestions for the World Cup in France, and I just made them relevant to the Heineken Cup final. There we did a bag of words. So we got the top words. There we are again, and we have removed those terms up there. You can see that the hashtags are removed and all that sort of stuff. Okay. Now we're going to remove stop words and non-stop words. I hope I haven't gone too quickly. There's the non-stop words. And if I can find the stop words, sorry for jumping about this. There's the stop words. So they have been removed. And then down here, we're going to use the non-stop words. We're going to remove them using that function there. That function there will be available to you. Build the deep learning model. So as I mentioned in the PowerPoint, the pre-trained dataset link is broken, but I'll make that available, and the link to that will be in the description underneath. There's my Glove convert the text to matrices so you can work out the statistical relationship between words. Create the LTSM, the long short-term memory. I have a quote there if you don't know what it is, and then I've just given the IP credit there as well. Load of warnings, which doesn't matter. Create the network. Set the options, the initial learning rate, etc. Do it. There's the published one. Yeah, that takes, you can see there, it took 5 minutes and 44 seconds to train it. So well, I just published it. Test the model. Oh, sorry, by the way, the accuracy down here, we just see that the accuracy is 72.19%. For headers, example for the Soccer World Cup in 2018 was 74%. So we're kind of in the same ballpoint. There's the confusion matrix. The more along the leading diagonal, the more reliable, the more accurate they are. But you can see on the other diagonal here, there's quite an amount of false negatives, or the other way around. So that would explain why we got, if I can just go back to there, the 72.19% there. Okay. View some of the misclassified tweets. It's there, and then you can test your model on some made up very bad words. Are those phrases there, are they positive or negative? Some more warnings, and then using the model that we created, the first one is negative, the second, third, fourth, and fifth, 1, 2, 3, sorry, the next 3 are positive, and then finally the fifth one is negative. Okay. There, and there's also some various helpful functions. Okay, so I hope that's of interest, and thanks very much.